All right, guys. So last weekend, I got a call like 7 a.m. I was still sleeping, and just said no power call. But it was a ton of customers. It was 2 or 3 thousand customers. Dispatch said, "What's up, Aaron? If you want to head to the substation, it looks like we lost half the sub. Basically, there's two power transformers at the substation. One of them was out, which is a big deal. So I got out of bed pretty quick. Not as quick as house fire call, but pretty quick. Figured I was in for a long day, so I went over, turned on the coffee maker as I was getting dressed, went on to Facebook and checked out the local webpage where when stuff goes on, there's usually pictures on there. And I saw a comment that said 911 call came through and the substation is fully engulfed in flames. So as I'm reading that, you can only imagine what's going through my head. Like, this is bad. But then I was kind of wondering why the dispatcher didn't really sound like things were overly urgent. So I had the computer on my island in the kitchen, booted it up, and the comments had refreshed. And it said in the comments, substation fully engulfed in flames, ETA requested by the fire department. Again, you can only imagine what's going through my head. So clearly, I abandoned the coffee maker, jumped in the truck, and headed straight towards the substation, which was only like 10 minutes away. Anyways, things weren't as bad as I was anticipating. I thought we were in for like some real bad stuff. If you've never seen a substation on fire video, just Google substation on fire. It's bad. Like, people can get hurt bad. So I got there, and yeah, there was some stuff on fire, but it was a recloser. Wasn't a huge deal. We ended up restoring power really quick, within like an hour. There was a bunch of fire trucks, police and stuff there. I didn't capture a whole lot while I was there because where it was a large outage, what I did capture was just in between waiting for some communication back and forth with the dispatcher. But let's check out a few clips that I did manage to capture. Alright guys, so this is going to be a super quick video because I'm waiting for a call from my dispatcher. But we had our high side circuit breaker open. It's 138,000 volts. That switch opened under fault. The call actually came in that the substation was on fire, so you can imagine what was going through my head as I was driving here, but ended up being not a huge deal. So that switcher is protection for the transformer itself. If there's a failure, that guy pops automatically. It's all electronic. And then it feeds 3 feeders going into our town here, about 2,600 customers. This recloser here, she gone. It was actually on fire when we arrived. That part, not a difficult fix, a little bit time consuming. We have to replace the entire unit. You can see on the ground where everything was melting from what was on fire. But basically, all I had to do was isolate the recloser from those switches. If there was a fault on this side here on the cable side, the recloser would have opened, but the fault, well, the whole thing was on fire. So that's why we've got it isolated with those underslung switches there. And then out in the field, across the street, let's see if I can find it, right there. Right there, we got some other switches open. That's where the other end of these cables come out. I gotta pause the video first. Sorry guys, just a phone call from my dispatcher. So basically what we did, we don't want to close in that circuit switcher and just pick up all the customers off that. So I've got these other 2 reclosers open electronically from inside the sub. So the feed's going into that, but it's open internally. Got that disconnected. We've got this guy disconnected internally, and the one that blew up is isolated. So we're gonna go inside the building, remotely close in that circuit switcher. You can probably capture that on video. And once that's closed, we'll pick up the remaining customers out on the line. There's not a whole lot of load on the line today, so I'll be able to do that remotely. So unfortunately, that's the only footage I got. But just to close out the video, my next steps were to energize the remaining 2 good reclosers. Same thing from inside the switchgear. Pushed a button, we heated them up one at a time. There was about 80 amps on each one of those reclosers. And then what we did with the 3rd recloser that was feeding another, maybe 900 customers, I went out in the field and closed in a gang switch, a tie switch that was normally always in the open position. We closed that switch, which immediately picked up the other 900 customers or so. The last step was to submit a report to the office to have that recloser that failed changed out, which will probably happen within the next couple weeks. For those that are asking, yes, there was animal guards all around those bushings going up onto the wire. Not sure how the little critter got into that. However, we are looking at further reinforcing some of that animal gear, but that one was really well reinforced. I did an inspection on that substation just only a few weeks ago. That's something I always look for, and sometimes these critters just chew their way through, or I don't know, sometimes it doesn't even make sense. But once that last recloser is replaced, which again will happen before winter, we will return the switching. We will open that. Well, first what we'll do is we'll close in the recloser, energize it, which will temporarily parallel 2 of the reclosers. We will then break the tie, and that'll return our system back to normal. So it's a pretty interesting call, not as interesting as showing up to the entire substation on fire, which I'm really glad it wasn't, because that would have been bad. But appreciate you guys stopping in, as always. Absolutely gorgeous day out here. I gotta get started to my day. We're gonna head out and play some frisbee golf. So appreciate you guys stopping in. As always, we'll see you all soon.